Hello, hello, and welcome to Take Your Medicine. I am Tobi Blake, and this is my very special and very adorable co host, Billy for Really. She is so silly. Billy for Really. She is so silly. Man, I have so much to tell my friends. You all, oh my God, Billy, you are out of control. That was a very wet nose on my chin. Oh, did I offend you? This is our other co host, Bennett. He's a cutie. We love him. I feel like I used to have a lint roller in here, and now I definitely need one. This is my green smoothie. AJ decorated this. You need to calm down. A whole organic carrot, whole organic banana, 10 different kinds of mushrooms, turmeric, cinnamon, nutmeg, all kinds of really yummy stuff in here. 2 big handfuls of spinach. A lot of nutrition, Billy. All right, I want to cross off the chart. So much to talk about. I have a lot of notes here today because I want to actually cover a lot of ground. So let's see if I can stay focused. Oh, Bennett, I apologize. Sorry. Okay, get focused here. My mic is kind of stressing me out because it's flapping all over the place. I forgot to cross off 68, but I'm almost positive we did 68. So here we are. Here we are, really doing it, making all our dreams come true. That's what we're in the business of doing at this point in our lives. And it's an exciting time. I have a podcast with my other parents. It is my former husband and his wonderful wife, and my husband and I, and we talk about all of the ups and downs of learning to parent together. We're all extremely different people. So it's been really a journey to figure out how to get along and help each other be our best parenting selves. So that is exciting. And I channeled for a group for the first time in my life. And I was nervous, but I think I was a lot less nervous than I thought I would be. But what I didn't see coming was the ego crash after the session. So I will talk more about that. It was really difficult to get through, but it was also super beautiful and very beneficial, and really excited to continue to channel in front of people more. But holy shit, I didn't realize how much my ego was still tied to what people think of me, and how many like false perceptions my ego can create just to make my insecurities true when they're not. So it was a whole thing. But let's see. First, I want to talk about I have this new life coaching client. The universe is bringing to me the coolest people to work with, and she is one of them. I will not name names, but I got to meet with this person at the space in Cave Creek recently. And if you want to schedule a life coaching session with me at the space, you can. You can go to their website. It's the spaceaz.org, maybe. I don't know. Google the space in Cave Creek, Arizona. Or you can always reach out to me personally if you want to do a phone call, a coaching phone call. But anyway, this woman, what a beautiful soul. She has very vivid memories of another life in a different country with a completely different culture, a different time period. She knows exactly where geographically. She has all kinds of knowledge about the practices and the cultures and the symbolism and so many cool details. I was absolutely floored and fascinated by this woman, but she was saying that certain things trigger her, and she experienced trauma in that other lifetime, and so there are things that will trigger that, and certain music will trigger certain things, that especially music from the culture that this past life was from. And we also talked about how past life is just another label that is not completely accurate, that time is an illusion and that time does not work the way that we think it does. And so, anyway, it was a very powerful, beautiful coaching session where we really figured out that instead of resisting this past life, we need to really work to integrate this life into the life that she is living now, because there it is creating dissonance and discord and blocking her from achieving and feeling and manifesting everything she wants to in this life. So what a beautiful experience it was to help her, and to continue to work with her is such a joy. She's super cool. And I also had lunch just the other day with one of my longest clients. Again, I will not name names, but what a powerful, beautiful, wonderful woman. And I met her when she was at the lowest point of her life. I literally picked her up from the psychiatric hospital after her, I believe, second suicide attempt. So she was in a very, very low spot in her life and willing to, try or talk to anybody. And we had mutual friends and somebody connected me with her. I don't know. And we have kept in touch ever since. That was a few years ago. And I have had multiple sessions with her, and it has been so beautiful to watch her heal. I've also done a QHHT hypnotherapy session with her, which was profound and beautiful. And what a beautiful gift it is to work with these people who teach me as much as I get to teach them. I was telling this new life coaching client that one of the most beautiful parts of the work I'm doing is that it is so reciprocal, that it is very much a give and a take, and it just is that way. It can't help but be, because my heart is open to the people I work with, and I want to let all of them in and to share myself with them, and it becomes always just this beautiful soul connection. And more and more and more, the people coming into my life bring me so much joy and do not stress me out. I used to attach myself to the outcome of my client sessions, and the less I attach myself to, did I do a good job, or did we get the results I wanted, the more we get wonderful results and things turn out even better than expected. And so I'm very, very grateful to be removing the resistance more and more, and attracting in my life people that I get to work with that are pure magic, that are truly ready to do their work. For a long time I have found myself frustrated that the people I shouldn't say frustrated that the people I work with, it's me and it's my own attachments to the outcome of the work that I'm doing. But for a long time I was seeing this pattern of people coming into my life and asking for help, and then not doing any of the things that I suggested, not making any changes. They really just wanted their victim status to be reinforced by me. They wanted me to reflect back to them that they truly indeed are a victim of their circumstances. And more as I clear out the resistance in my own life, clear out the attachment, I am manifesting people who are truly ready to get in there and do good work, which becomes so exciting for me to get to watch people transforming their lives, manifesting everything they wanted to, and more. It's so cool because it always works out differently than we expect, but I swear it's just better. It's better than we can imagine up in our minds, especially when we train ourselves to manifest ease and peace and harmony in our lives. Everything comes easy instead of trying, working, grinding, doing, and then numbing, distracting. Instead, we settle in to our being. We go in and we clear out the blockages that are keeping us from being our happiest and healthiest self. And then we are literally able to manifest whatever we can dream up. It's amazing. It's literally amazing. So, okay, I won't keep talking about that, but I'm very, very, very grateful for the people in my life that are showing me the magic of this work again and again and again. It's really, really, really neat. And what a blessing. Okay. So, group channeling. I was not sure what to expect at all. So, I went to the space, and AJ and I arrived about an hour and a half before everyone else, maybe 2 hours. And AJ started to set up the chairs, and I started setting up my journeying space, which was like a bed with pillows all around me, pillows under my legs, pillows on either side of my arms. Just very much, I call it the cocoon or the chrysalis for my clients in their sessions. So I set that all up at the space in their connections room. And you can Google the space connections room. I posted some pictures on my Instagram. Such a beautiful space, and there are several other rooms at the space that you can work in as well. So very cool space there, and I'm grateful to work there. Anyway, I was so nervous. My heart was beating, and I was wondering, will I be able to allow these beings to come through me? Can I relax? Have I done enough work to really open myself and to allow my friends to come through me on the other side? And it was so cool. It was so cool. I had my eye mask and my headphones and the Johns Hopkins music playlist playing. And as I finished the guided meditation, that's when it goes a guided meditation for 40 minutes and then the Johns Hopkins music. And toward maybe 20 minutes into the Johns Hopkins music, the dragon energies started to appear. Ebert, my dear friend Ebert, came and showed me a very specific song that he wanted me to play during the channeling session, which I did. And it was a powerful moment with my dear friend Iggy, who drove all the way from Utah and was there. I was so grateful to have Iggy's presence there. She was the guest of honor of the entire thing. Jesus Kate was so excited to have her there, but it was really interesting. Like, she was on my left side, and Jesus Kate really gave her this kind of space. I don't know. There's this respect for Iggy's power and the sacredness of Jesus Kate and Iggy's relationship. Iggy set out the most beautiful altar of crystals and cards. My gosh, Iggy is just a powerful being to have in any space. I feel so lucky that she is my best friend. And she even when I would look at her altar with the crystals, the energy of the crystals was so intense that I found myself looking to my dear friend Katie, who was also there. I anchored myself with her a lot, and just looking at her helped me kind of stay grounded and focused and feel comfortable. But it was so extremely vulnerable. I This was the part of it that I did not see coming, and I should have seen it coming, because it has taken me 5 years to even be comfortable channeling in front of the tiniest group. But for years and years, I would feel so exposed and raw and vulnerable after channeling just for AJ. For days, I would go into this feeling of what is wrong with me, and who am I, and what does this all mean. And it literally has made me feel like there is something wrong with me, like I'm schizophrenic or something like that. And so, my gosh, that was very, very intense. My ego was creating these false perceptions of everyone's discomfort, and it wasn't even real. The feedback I got from everybody was so beautiful and so sweet, and everyone had profound, beautiful spiritual experiences. And so, but I had to really expose myself to channeling in front of people, and to feel that crushing ego wrestling, of, am I okay? Am I still worthy? Am I valuable? How am I a weirdo? And then, my God, just yesterday, somebody commented on one of my TikToks and said something about me being a weirdo. And I thought, man, this can be interesting work if you attach yourself to what people think. It is very weird. One of the things the beings love to channel about is get weird. Start to move in ways that feel unnatural, because we have been programmed to submit and to oppress and to keep ourselves minimized, and we are meant to move and flow a lot more than we actually do. And when these beings come through me, I try not to control their mannerisms. So I'm snapping a lot. It makes me feel like I am somebody that has special needs. It reminds me of somebody with maybe severe autism or something, because my face and my body does different things. And people who have autism are of the most beautiful, sacred intelligence. I appreciate and adore that group of people so much. And I want to help people who are nonverbal, if I can connect with them telepathically. But it was something that I said multiple times throughout the ceremony, is like, it's very vulnerable for me to have these mannerisms. I snap a lot. I move a lot when I'm channeling. I'm constantly moving, because every bit of the information is coming through my literal physical body. So it was a lot, but it was glorious and beautiful. Oh my goodness. Jesus, Kate, and Ebert came through so beautifully. Jesus, Kate showed me herself as an octopus like I have never seen her. The octopus being that I've seen her be multiple times is so glorious and so beautiful. She can change in a million different ways. But this octopus was big, just big, filled the room, the whole right side of the room. And so just like fluid, almost like a giant jellyfish, but an octopus, but like see-through and ethereal and light pink, and just so feminine in her energy. And it was so, so, so beautiful. And it was very cool. My dear friend Katie is an acupuncturist, and she does these axional grids, and her grid work has changed my life. I've spoken about her on a previous episode. The shortest episode, I think it's 7 minutes and something seconds on here, I talk about my first experience with Katie's acupuncture. But it was very cool to watch Jesus Kate put grids all over Katie. She does this thing where she has, and I had told Katie about it during our second appointment together. I believe I was telling her that she'll put this technology around AJ that just looks like all of these like octagons or hexagons or something. And it's just like these grids and there are streams of light, and they respond to his thoughts, his words, his movements, rainbow lights. It's so, so cool. And she did it to Treasure. When I journeyed to Treasure, I saw that same grid technology all around, and it's fluid and moves and interacts with the person while it's around them. And then she did the same thing to Katie. So that was very, very cool to see, because Katie works within the grids and has activated some of my grids. And so if you want to check out Katie's acupuncture, check her out. It's called Rose Soul Acupuncture, and she actually works at the space too. So I can put the link in this video, and I know the link is also in that 7-minute and something second video. So yeah, it was very, very cool. After everybody left, Jake and Tiff remained. So not everybody, but Jake and Tiff were still there. And I continued to channel some messages specific to our family and specific to Tiff. And there was a beautiful message once again about how humans are programmed to believe that we are meant to be sick, that it's normal to get sick regularly. But that is programming. We need to wake up from that programming. We are inseparably part of nature. The trees, the birds, the bees, these beings do not get sick in the same way we do. They might very rarely get some kind of virus or get taken over by some kind of something, but it's extremely rare for the animals or the plants to get sick unless it's human caused, unfortunately. So we are also meant to be just as healthy. So if we are actually getting everything we need and using our consciousness to stay healthy, I have not been sick in years other than an ulcer after my son passed away. I did get a stomach ulcer and I healed it naturally. So that was cool, but very, very difficult thing to go through. And it affected the lining of my stomach, So, but sickness, colds, flus, COVID, these things, we are more and more susceptible if we believe that we get sick. So it's important to tell ourselves that we do not get sick, that we are healthy, that we are happy, that we are wealthy if we want to be. The more healthy, happy, and wealthy we are, the more we can shine our light and the more we can help others. So we have to get rid of this programming that wealth is evil, that money is the root of all evil. Money is neutral, and it needs to be in the hands of powerful spiritual people with good intentions and beautiful hearts who want to help. So let's just get rid of the programming that we're meant to be sick, start to feed our bodies healthier foods. We're out here feeding our bodies these chemical filled foods and expecting not to get sick or expecting to get sick. But if we really clean up our diets, we drink a beautiful green smoothie with tons of nutrition in it every day. And as we're drinking it, we're saying, oh, thank you for making me healthy. Water again came through and was saying that be mindful of the quality of the water you're drinking, but more than anything, be mindful of the thoughts you're thinking while you drink it. Be mindful of the quality of water you're drinking, but more than anything, be mindful of the thoughts you're thinking when you drink it. That is powerful because water is intelligent. It is made of intelligent consciousness, and it can heal and cleanse our bodies. It can cleanse our spirits. Water energy is so powerful, and it can be utilized in spiritual work, and it can change literally different words assigned to different ice cubes, and it creates different patterns in the ice. It's magical how interactive and fluid and responsive this universe is to us. We don't realize how powerful we are as human intelligences being in this beautiful divine creation. So my gosh, all these beings, messages coming through. Let's see what else. I also realized that I need a better self-care practice before and after any kind of channeling like that, because I went right into mom mode afterwards. My son had a soccer game that night. We went out with friends that evening. I got to spend more time with Iggy and Brian. What a blessing. And Jake and Tiff. But then the next day, I took my kids to a car show early in the morning. I was cleaning, I was doing laundry. We had all kinds of obligations and things going on. So Jesus Kate gave me the example of look at the way Tony Robbins takes care of himself before and after some kind of event. It's important to realize that before we expel a bunch of energy, we need to really recharge ourselves in order to do that. And then after, we need to recharge and rejuvenate ourselves again. So I have a new resolve, new goal, new intention to really take better care of myself and be more intentional. Oh, wow. The unicorn and the crow. Iggy and I are so obsessed with crows. I want a crow friend someday, but these feel so perfect for speaking about Iggy, my guest of honor. Thank you, Iggy. You're the most wonderful friend. She made the most fucking glorious loaf. My mouth is watering just thinking about it, of sourdough bread. It was so beautiful. It had a pattern. It's in my Instagram post if you go check out my Instagram. It had the most beautiful pattern on it. Oh my God. It was literally a piece of art. Iggy is truly pure magic. She taught me how to grow this magical medicine that helps me do this work. So I am so, so grateful for her making the effort to be there with me. She has a history, a very, very cool and very intense history, spiritual history. And so I'm extremely grateful for her trust in me, that she knows that I am being authentic and real, because these energies that I work with are very intense and very uncomfortable sometimes. And so I'm so, so, so grateful. Thank you, Iggy. She also shared her mother smudge with me. She, you know, neither one of us like labels, but she does a lot of beautiful witch work. And she has this beautiful smudge that she adds flower petals and tea, dried tea leaves, and different things to this smudge. And then she burns it and uses it in ceremony. It's just absolutely beautiful. I love all of her rituals and ceremonies. And so she shared that with me. And now I get to start my own mother smudge, and then I can share it with my daughter someday. So how special, so beautiful. I'm super duper duper grateful. One other thing, during that channeling session, there was this wonderful lady that I have facilitated a session for and have been working for or with spiritually for a little while. She has attended the Sedona retreat with me. She's been to my soul circle. I've facilitated a session. We've gotten to know each other quite a bit. So she was there when I was channeling. And this being that I did not recognize, she asked a question. Her question was, do these beings want to be worshiped, or how do they see themselves, and how do they want the relationship to be? And as she was asking the question, this being absolutely surrounded her. So I could see her face and her body, but this being was in front of her, on every side of her, and behind her. And it was this great bird being, very much bird human energy, just ancient Egyptian, masculine and feminine avian energy. And oh my good Lord, these beings are magical and beautiful beyond belief. And I'm just like, okay, there is a being around you. Anyway, after she left, I realized that during her session with me, she was crawling through the caves of the Egyptian pyramid. And this being absolutely had like Egyptian energy, Egyptian avian energy. Looked like one of the beings that you would have seen on the pyramid walls. And so I didn't know anything about Egyptian bird beings, but AJ Googled, because I was like, it was like Egyptian and it had bird energy. And so he Googled, and this being comes up that has the bird energies, and I didn't recognize it, but we were just looking at pictures. So then I told her about this being, and she said she is totally sure it is Isis, that she has been making contact with Isis several times, and that she just knows for sure. So I looked up Isis, and sure enough, it had bird energy and reminded me exactly of the being I saw surrounding this beautiful woman. So I'm telling Iggy that later that night. And she said, Tobi, I was wearing an Isis necklace. And she shows me, which is also in my Instagram post, is the Isis necklace. And on the little figurine of Isis with the wings is my birthstone, peridot. I'm just like, I love this shit. This is so cool. I met Isis. Wow. So I'm so grateful, so fucking grateful for this work. I love it so much. I'm super duper duper blessed to be able to work with these beings. And I'm already excited to channel again in front of more people. I am working on building an online channeling event soon. I am hoping to get that done in March. I'm hoping to have the event in March, and then I'm really hoping to do it like once a month, where it's an online event. People can buy tickets. If finances are an issue, people can always reach out to me. I will put that on the description. I never want anybody not to experience these things because of finances, but I also want to manifest abundance so I can keep growing and keep sharing. So we're going to find that balance with charging money, but also making sure that anybody who wants to be there can be there. So that matters to me. Tonight is Soul Circle at the Space in Cave Creek, Arizona. So if you want to come and be in these energies and just connect and share and move and feel the love, come on over to Soul Circle. It is the last Wednesday of every month. So that'll be great. Is today the last Wednesday of the month? I think so. It might be the third Wednesday. I'm pretty sure it's the last Wednesday. I suck at calendars, but we're going to get there. We're going to figure it all out. Okay, I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your support on this crazy journey. We are just getting started. I'm super duper excited for everything that is coming. So stay tuned. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Namaste.